The United States is often referred to as a single nation, but in reality, it is a complex system made up of 50 individual states, each with its own government, laws, and responsibilities. Understanding how the U.S. state system really works requires looking beyond Washington, D.C. and examining how power, resources, and authority are divided between federal and state governments. Each state operates like a mini-nation within the larger federation. States control critical aspects of everyday life, including education, healthcare, transportation, and law enforcement. While the federal government provides overarching guidance, the real work of governing happens at the state level, often with significant variations from one state to another. The state system in the U.S. is a delicate balance of independence and cooperation. Some states have far more resources and influence than others, which creates unique dynamics within the nation. By exploring the economy, governance, and political power of states, we can understand the inner mechanics of one of the world's most complex systems. The United States was designed as a federal system, meaning power is shared between national and state governments. The Constitution clearly outlines the responsibilities of each level of government, but in practice, these lines often blur. States have the authority to make laws, manage budgets, and enforce policies that directly affect their residents. Federal powers include national defense, currency, foreign policy, and interstate commerce. States, on the other hand, govern locally, deciding on education standards, healthcare regulations, and local law enforcement. This dual system creates a dynamic environment where states can innovate, experiment, or challenge federal decisions. Historical examples, such as civil rights legislation and healthcare debates, show how states can influence national policy. States often act as testing grounds for new ideas, which, if successful, may spread across the country. Economically, each state in the U.S. has its own strengths and challenges. States like California, Texas, and New York generate massive GDPs that would rank them among the largest economies in the world if they were independent countries. Other states rely heavily on agriculture, manufacturing, or energy production to support local and national needs. States control taxation, manage infrastructure, and regulate local industries. These powers allow them to direct economic growth, attract businesses, and support innovation. Access to natural resources, ports, and major cities further strengthens the economic influence of powerful states. The variation in resources among states also creates competition. Wealthier states often attract talent, investment, and political influence, while smaller or less affluent states face unique challenges in providing services and maintaining infrastructure. Political power in the U.S. is decentralized. Governors, state legislatures, and local officials have significant authority over their regions. Policies on healthcare, education, taxation, and law enforcement can differ drastically between states, creating diverse living conditions for Americans depending on where they reside. States also influence national politics. Through the Electoral College and congressional representation, state populations can shape presidential elections and legislative decisions. Swing states, in particular, hold extraordinary influence because small voting shifts can change national outcomes. Additionally, states often challenge federal policies through legal action. Landmark Supreme Court cases frequently arise from disputes between states and the federal government, demonstrating how the balance of power constantly evolves. The U.S. state system impacts daily life in profound ways. Education standards, healthcare access, infrastructure quality, and public safety all vary by state, giving Americans different experiences based on their location. Social programs, environmental policies, and economic incentives are designed and managed at the state level, directly affecting citizens' lives. Looking ahead, the U.S. state system faces challenges from growing inequality, political polarization, and climate change. States must balance independence with cooperation to address national issues effectively. Yet, this system also allows flexibility, innovation, and local adaptation, making it a model of decentralized governance admired worldwide. Ultimately, understanding how the U.S. state system works reveals the intricate dance of power, authority, and responsibility that keeps the world's largest democracy functioning, despite its complexity and constant change.